Alright, in this video I'm going to talk about Auracast, a new type of Bluetooth that, in my opinion, is going to revolutionize how we do streaming and hearing health. And I'm going to tell you why today, in March of 2026, I already feel confident saying that this $60 Amazon Auracast find is going to be my hearing health gadget of the year. My name is Dr. Brian Greenaway. I'm a clinical audiologist and the founder of Orelo Hearing. Orelo is an online oral rehabilitation course that helps patients meet their hearing health goals by getting the most out of their hearing aids and so much more. If that sounds interesting to you, I'll talk more about Orelo at the end of the video. Before we get started, a quick disclaimer. While I am an audiologist, I am not your hearing health professional. I make these videos to be as general and as helpful to as many people as possible, but that doesn't mean that everything we talk about is going to be perfectly right for you. So anything you get out of my videos, bring that information to your hearing health professional so you can talk it through and see if it's right to be part of your treatment plan. So let's talk about Auracast. What is it? Well, it is kind of Bluetooth Plus. Here's why it really excites me. Auracast is what we call a one-to-many transmission system. So if you've ever been listening to something on headphones or through your hearing aids and thought, wow, I really wish other people could connect to this signal with their headphones, with their Bluetooth. I want to watch this YouTube video with other people. I want to listen to music at the same time. But traditional Bluetooth is a one-to-one connection. That means whatever you're listening to can only actively connect to one set of devices. Auracast fills in that gap. Auracast is our Bluetooth one-to-many system. So we can have our Auracast transmitter, like the one I'm going to show you in a couple of minutes here, hooked up to the TV or the stereo or your phone. And we can transmit that signal out. And whoever in the area has Auracast-ready hearing aids, Auracast-ready headphones, anything like that, can tap into that signal and listen together. Here's why this is really exciting to me. I'm going to give you two examples, starting with home. So some people who have hearing aids or don't have hearing aids have a lot of trouble hearing the television. Now, most of the manufacturers of hearing aids make a specific streaming box for TVs. And that way you can plug that box into your TV. The TV volume stays the same, but you get your own direct auditory signal filtered through your hearing aids, filtered through your hearing, so you get the best, cleanest signal from that TV possible. Now, Auracast has systems that can do the same thing, but here is why I love the Auracast systems more. Traditionally, when manufacturers make those boxes, they actually can connect to multiple hearing aids, but only if those hearing aids are the same brand. So if you have Oticon hearing aids and your spouse, your roommate, has ReSound hearing aids, traditionally you would not both be able to tap into that same box. With Auracast, you can. So someone with ReSound hearing aids, someone with Oticon hearing aids, someone with Starkey hearing aids could all be streaming from the same box directly to their hearing aids and getting that signal filtered through their hearing loss, and everybody listening as well as they can. Now, the other benefit of this, beyond just the versatility of it, is, like I said, the system that I'm going to show you in a minute, I got off Amazon for $60. Most of the proprietary manufacturers' systems from the hearing aid companies cost over $200, which is insane. There is nothing in that box that should cost that much money. But when it's a proprietary system, it's going to. So we are making this more available to more people at a lower price. So if the math on getting a TV streamer didn't make sense to you before, but it's something you feel like you could use, this might be a good solution for you. The other example I have for you is not at home, but out in public. If you've ever been to, let's say, a lecture or a comedy show or anything like that, a service at church, and you thought, wow, I really wish I could tap my hearing aids into this system. There are some old school systems that can do that, but they're clunky, the sound quality isn't great, and that's where Auracast comes in again. So, a system, and there's different levels, different price points, there's fancier ones, but if your church, your local library, wherever you're going and wanting to hear in a group setting, if their sound system is able to plug into basic inputs, like a headphone jack, a 3.5 millimeter audio jack, or a direct audio input, then we can use, again, this cheap Amazon system and turn your church, your library, your meeting space into a much more accessible space. And I'll talk more about that when I show you the system. So you can see for a much lower price than we've had in the past, we can reach a lot more people, both in the home and out in public. And that is why the system excites me so much. And that is why I think now is the time for people who have newer hearing aids to try this out. And that is the one caveat. This is, as of right now, only available in the most recent generations of a few different manufacturers. I'll put the list of those down in the description, and I'll try to update that when other manufacturers add this. But if you have one of those hearing aids and you're having issues that sound like the things that I'm talking about, this may be the solution for you. So, enough talk about the general. Let's talk specifically about this guy. This is the Audikast 4 streamer. And I will tell you, on Amazon there are two different versions. There's the Audikast 4 and then the Audikast HA. The HA is marketed as being specifically for hearing aid users. I have not been able to see any benefit or difference from the 4, which is what I have. I've connected up multiple hearing aids from different brands to the 4. The sound quality is good. It streams just fine. It's easy to connect to. So you could go with the HA model. From the testing that I've done in my clinic and at home so far, I don't see a benefit, especially for about a $20 difference in price. So I recommend trying out just the standard 4. All right, so let's look at what actually comes in your box here. So again, this is the Audikast 4. It is one model that I got off of Amazon. There are a lot on there. I'm not saying this is better or worse, and this is not a sponsored product. It's just the one that I happened to grab based on reviews and try out myself. Now, in that box, we've got a few different things. First is our little transmitter itself. We've got an on-off switch on the side, little transmitter antenna you can put up, and if we look at the back, there are a few different things here. First, we have a USB-C power source. So this does need to be independently powered, and they give you a cable here that can plug into the wall, or potentially if you have a way to power off of USB, you can do that. Probably easiest to just plug it into the wall though. Next up we have our two inputs here. So starting from the right, we have just our 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Now the only downside of using this, well, a couple. The audio quality is not going to be quite as good, but still fine off of that. The bigger issue is for some TVs, when you plug a headphone jack into that TV, it is going to take over the audio signal. So if you're watching something with other people or listening to something with other people, they're not going to hear it anymore. It will only stream through this box, not through the TV speakers, the stereo speakers, whatever the device is. If you are watching or listening to something alone, that is not an option or not an issue, so that is a fine option. If you don't want to fully take over the signal though, and you want the best possible audio, this little optical audio is going to be your best bet. That is this little cable here that plugs into that little garage door and into a similar looking port on your TV. This is generally going to be a TV only thing. You're not going to see stereos or other equipment that generally have this, but for TV it's a great option. Again, the benefit of that is it leaves the audio coming out of the TV itself alone, and it just gives you a second signal that you get to control that's tailored to your hearing aids and to your hearing. So if you're watching with your family, your roommates, they get to listen like normal, and you get your own signal. All right, so now to show you how to connect up to that Auracast broadcast, I've got my phone pulled up here. And I'm going to show you on Oticon hearing aids because that's what I have handy, but the process is the same for all of the manufacturers that have this. And again, I will include a list of all of the current Auracast-enabled devices in the description down below. So I'm going to open up my Oticon app, and down at the bottom I'm going to go to my three dots here, and you're going to see right there, Auracast Broadcast. When I click on that, there's two different ways that I can hook up to our broadcast. One is if your Auracast system has a QR code, we can take a picture of that through the app and connect that way. Or as you just saw, my system, because it's plugged in, pops up under nearby broadcasts, and I can just click on it. Once we are connected, you're going to know you're connected because it's going to be purple up here, and we've got the basic stuff. So, volume control for the streaming signal coming in. You can mute that broadcast, so if someone comes in and starts talking to you, we can turn that off. And they even have the little 3-band equalizer, so you can tailor this to your ears even more. And that's basically it. When you're done listening, you just hit disconnect, and it will take you back to your general program and your home screen. Now, the other cool thing about Auracast is even though we're using the app to connect to the signal, and we're using the app to manipulate it if we need to, the hearing aids themselves are actually directly connected to that box. You could turn off the Bluetooth on your phone, you could turn off your phone, and you would still have that streaming. You need your phone or some other device in order to connect to the signal and make any changes, but beyond that, we have a direct hearing aid to Auracast streaming. The other thing that allows us is more range. Traditional Bluetooth will get you about 30 feet on a good day. Auracast can go much farther, potentially up to 100 feet or more. So, I hope that's helpful. I hope if these are issues that you're experiencing, you will check out something like the Audikast 4 or another system on Amazon. There's nothing special about this one. This is not a sponsored product for me. It is just the one that I happened to pick up and try out and have been very happy with. But if you look on Amazon, there are going to be a lot of different options out there for you. So, do your research, see which one matches your needs the best, and go with that. Now, that's all I've got for you today. But if you like the kind of information that I gave you in this video, then I would love it if you would check out OreloHearing.com. Orelo Hearing, like I said, is an online oral rehabilitation course specific to brands of hearing aids. At this point in March of 2026, we've got a comprehensive course covering Oticon, Bernafon, Philips, and Sonic Innovation hearing aids, with more courses to come in the coming months. These courses cover everything from how to use and take care of your hearing aids, connecting to accessories, apps, all that kind of stuff, and other factors that are going to help you get the most out of your hearing. Things like auditory training, figuring out where to sit in a busy restaurant, and making sure that the people in your life are your hearing health allies. My courses are $25, and if you think that seems reasonable, please do check it out. I have a link down in the description. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much.